Not to make you rehash everything you did in your press conference, but you mentioned those 6 things you want to see in your program and what you want to see in your team when you get there. But ultimately in a player that you want to go find, and as you continue to build this roster, Coach, what are those main attributes that you look for?
Character is important. I know a lot of people say that, but there's a lot of things that go into character. I feel like we need some kids who are able to be leaders, who are going to take the game of basketball serious, but not look at it as a job. I think that's one thing that happens in college athletics is there's so much pressure and stress put on these young people to perform, but you got to have fun doing it. You got to. It can't be just a game because it is competitive, and winning and losing does matter. But at the same time, like they have to enjoy it. They have to enjoy the opportunity to get into the gym on their own. Like it can't be a situation where you practice so long or what you do in the gym makes them not want to come back and get shots up. Or we want kids to have a good support system because it is hard to come and balance your time and learn responsibility. No one's going to wake you up in the morning. You got to get yourself up. You got to show up on time for class. You've got appointments. You've got study hall you've got to go to. You've got an individual workout. You might have a film session.
When you think of those mid-2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s, a lot of those really good Indiana State teams here had local talent. Not that I want you to put any requirements or things that you think are must, but how important is it, Coach, going to be to connect to not just get young ladies and young women to come into your program, but maybe find some local ones that are maybe hidden talent that may be overlooked elsewhere, but can really benefit you here in the Wabash Valley, which, as we've said, this program has a long history of a lot of local women here in the Wabash Valley to come in and be very successful.
Yeah, I mean, if there's someone that can help us, we expect them to be here. I mean, that's the part, and that's the tricky, I don't say tricky part, the hard part of it. They have to be able to help us. But if there's somebody that can help us in the Wabash Valley, I'm going to expect us to get them and recruit them. But I really want to do a good job recruiting the whole state of Indiana. I feel like there's a lot of talent here. I feel like a lot of times it's happened a lot on the men's side, and now it's starting to kind of transition to the women's side, to where talent in Indiana is starting to spread out. But we want to do a good job. If there's 22 class coming up, 23 class coming up, of if there's a kid in Indiana that needs to be wearing 5 shades of blue, she's wearing 5 shades of blue.
Well, one of the things for certain, which I know you know of, is the challenge of this league. And specifically the Valley on the women's side is probably in its best stretch of basketball, maybe ever. Yeah. Multi-bid league. How exciting is that to know that you do well in this league, you win games in this league, you compete in the upper half in this league. It's not like maybe most mid-major leagues where it all comes down to a tournament in March to have a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. There's been many teams in our league that have proven you build that body of work, you compete for a regular season title, you can get in that large bid, and you can have multiple teams go to the NCAA tournament in the Valley.
Yeah, and that was really one of the things I looked at when we started talking about applying and getting involved with the job. Was there are a lot of leagues where you don't get that. You finish 5th in, I'm not going to say leagues, but you finish 5th in the league, and I mean, good luck to you. Good luck next year. And so to have an opportunity to be somewhere where a conference is strong enough that they get that kind of attention, they garner that spotlight to play in the postseason. That's that's the ultimate goal for your season at the end of each year. And so it's one of those where obviously there's going to be challenges in terms of building things and learning the league. Kind of the first time through, we'll have to build new scouting reports. People are going to have to build new scouting reports on us though too. And so I really look at it. Not necessarily as a challenge, but just in terms of you got to learn to travel. There's a lot of things that we have to do as a staff to prepare so that we can put our young women in a chance, in an opportunity to be successful. And so I feel like we're not going to leave any I's undotted or T's uncrossed. We're going to really work hard to be organized and give ourselves every chance we got to be successful right out of the gate.
As you look, before we close this out, as you look at trying to build your staff, when do you hope to have a full staff kind of in place and get things rolling there?
Well, hopefully we'll be able to announce the first 2 hirings soon. Got 2 people, I don't want to say in place, on their way, so to speak. And then that 3rd spot, just kind of probably within the next, I would hope, 10 days or so. There's some people I have in mind that I would like to speak with and find out a little bit more about what they're about. I want it to be a good fit. I want them to really be a part of Indiana State women's basketball, but to have the same vision for the program as we do. And it's hard to build a program if you have assistants rolling in and out every year. And so we want people who are committed to being here for, that championship run.
I want to end talking about your family. Talking to Andrew and Caitlin as they were following you around your first day, and they mentioned when your family walked in the Holman Center, I forget which one of your children, but just kind of like, wow, you get the coach.
That was Josiah.
Yeah. And you think of how much it means to your family. You meant 3 boys, 3 girls. Rachel doesn't have any eligibility left. Has she used all of it?
Yeah, I married really smart, because if my kids were going to have any chance as far as being an athlete, it was going to come from my wife's side. So I got lucky there.
But can you end on your family and more of, everyone talks about family and how important it is, but I think sometimes that aspect of it can come a little bit cliche-ish. But just those moments on your first day going through the press conference and walking through Holman Center, walking through campus with your family, them being here, how much more does it really cement it of it's going to be special?
Yeah. Well, we're just, not to downplay, we're just kind of a normal family. Like we don't always get along. The kids don't always mind us. But at the same time, it's having them there was really special, especially our oldest, Isaiah. It was the first time we had seen him since Christmas. He lives in Missouri, so hard to get back and forth between there and Thibodaux, Louisiana. So he actually came in and met us Monday afternoon, got to go out to dinner. He's got some aspirations and some dreams that he's chasing of his own. So him seeing me, we talked about it Tuesday night after Rachel and the kids had started driving back down. He was like, this motivates me, Dad. So that, something like that, where he has his own dreams and aspirations that he sees, like, if I just keep working, like, I can make this happen for myself as well. So I hope they all kind of see that. They're good kids. They're great to have around the program. There's 6 different personalities, and then you add Rachel and I's into it, and it's we always joke about having a reality TV show. I would pay money to watch it, and then I would not want to watch it all at the same time. It would be incredible. But just for them, the biggest thing for them, I think, is to be able to call someplace home for a long time. And when they got back to Thibodaux, Rachel texted me. She's like, "Made it back." I was like, "All right, good." And she texted me back a little bit later, and she was like, "Kids aren't real excited about being back. They felt like they were getting treated like celebrities and royalty yesterday. So now they're just like, we're back in Thibodaux." So they loved it. I'll put it that way. They loved it. They're excited. We're excited to be, something that we're very involved with is just the other sports on campus. We'll be at football games. We'll be at men's basketball games, baseball games, softball. We'll be at track and field meets. Like, we really get as involved as we possibly can be and support the university that we're at. So they're already asking about getting games. They were trying to get into Coach Hannes's practice Tuesday afternoon. We've barely gotten back from the press conference, and they're like, "It's the baseball team practice?" And then I'm like, "Slow down, guys." So, but it's just incredible. It's just going to be an incredible experience, and looking forward to everyone getting to know our family and the experiences that this creates for them.
Well, Coach, you said it in your press conference how this is an area and a state that appreciates basketball, and take it one step further. This is an area that really appreciates really good Sycamore women's basketball, and look very excited to you as you continue to build this program and get Holman Center rocking again. We really appreciate the time, and not only look forward to the days coming, but just really excited to be along with you here at the journey at Indiana State. And one final time, welcome, and let's get started.
All right, thank you.
Once again, that was Chad Killinger. For more on Coach Killinger and his staff, you know where to stay. That's right here at GoSycamores.com.